For the second time in as many weeks, Novak Djokovic faces the possibility of being deported before his first serve at the Australian Open. We've previously seen before on Instagram how Simone Biles has been very open, speaking about the pressure that she feels and at times saying it feels as though the weight of the world is on her shoulders. She is a 30-time Olympic and World Championship medalist, and she needs to reach the podium just 4 times in Tokyo if she is to become the most decorated gymnast, male or female, in history. All 6 English clubs, that's half of the 12 original members, now confirming that they will be withdrawing from this proposed new European football competition. Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time Formula 1 world champion, says that now is the time for action, after a video emerged of the former Brazilian driver Nelson Piquet using racist language when referring to him. Piquet, who himself has won 3 world titles in F1, was speaking on a podcast last year in November, in which he was discussing an accident involving Hamilton and Max Verstappen. And something else you might have missed is that Bermuda are also celebrating Olympic gold, after Flora Duffy was crowned winner in the women's triathlon. This makes Bermuda, a country of just 63,000 people, the smallest ever nation or territory that is celebrating gold at a Summer Olympics. At kick-off, the Groupama Stadium behind me is expected to be full to capacity of 60,000 supporters, roughly 3,000 of those cheering on the away side Juventus, although it is unclear how many of those have travelled to France from northern Italy, one of the worst affected areas from the coronavirus outbreak in Europe. Paris Saint-Germain, who were leading by 12 points, when the league was abandoned on March the 13th, they have been awarded the title. It is their 3rd consecutive championship and their 7th in the last 8 years. Meanwhile, in Ligue 2, the title has gone to Lorient. They will also be promoted alongside Lens, despite there being just 1 point between the two sides. And in the Women's League, it is Lyon who were leading at the start of play. We're yet to hear an announcement about whether the title will be awarded to them. But Maradona also had an impact here in Europe. He played for Sevilla and Barcelona in Spain, as well as Napoli, where he was most successful in Italy. And they also posted a message on social media, one of many clubs who have paid tribute. A clear message here: per sempre, ciao Diego. Always, goodbye, Diego. Professional footballers are usually judged for their actions on the pitch, but what they're doing off the pitch is almost generating as many headlines and social media hashtags. Now, Shaqiri himself is of Kosovo-Albanian origin. His family fled the former Yugoslavia and settled in Switzerland. And his ethnicity has previously been in the headlines when he played a World Cup match against Serbia back in 2018. During that match, Shaqiri and 2 other Swiss players were both fined and warned by FIFA after they performed a double-handed eagle gesture with their hands, a gesture that was seen as a symbol of Albania and also one of provocation towards Serbia, FIFA having rules in place to prevent gestures like this where they provoke the general public. Now, Ozil's team Arsenal, they actually posted a response to this on Weibo. That is a Chinese social media platform, and here they distanced themselves from Ozil's comments, saying that the content was entirely his own view. But if you want to get an idea of the kind of strong response this has had in China, well, in replies to this on Weibo, we have seen images of people burning and even cutting up Arsenal shirts with Ozil's name on them. Now, of course, the Chinese market is such a lucrative business for Western sports, such as the Premier League and Arsenal. And this is not the first time we've seen sport and politics clash in this way. It's worth noting that Paul Pogba is not the first international footballer who claims he has been the victim of extortion from friends and his close circle. In 2018, the former Togo international Emmanuel Adebayor told Canal Plus that he was also the victim of extortion from his family, saying that the matter almost drove him to suicide. Well, here at Euronews, we have been speaking to the artist who originally designed these works used by Italian Serie A, Simone Fugazzotto, telling us in the Cube that he meant to turn the emphasis of racism back onto those who were chanting and reduce them to their primitive state. He also said that he was surprised by the amount of criticism that his work had had, and that he has never judged anyone by the colour of their skin. This week, a number of tweets appeared online, including this one by an American athlete, suggesting that those recyclable beds, as you can see here, were not intended to withstand the weight of more than one person, and were therefore designed to prevent athletes from being intimate with one another. These were labelled on social media as anti-sex beds. But this is not entirely true. Indeed, one athlete, the Irish gymnast Rhys McClenachan, said on Twitter that these videos were fake news. And he actually also uploaded a video showing himself jumping on his own bed in his room in Tokyo to show that these mattresses can in fact withstand vigorous activity. The official Olympic Twitter account, in fact, responded to Rhys McClanahan, thanking him, they said, for debunking this myth. Now, when it comes to the ring, they have actually faced off once before. This was back in August 2018 in Manchester in the United Kingdom. This was billed as one of the biggest events in internet history, with more than 1 million people tuning in to watch. It ended in a draw, and that is how we have led to Saturday's rematch. Now, what is different this time is that they are both now professional boxers. This isn't just an event on social media. They have taken it into the mainstream. It is sure to be a fantastic spectacle. Some of the names you have on display include last season's MVP, the man known as the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, as well as the French national team captain, Nicolas Batum. Just some of the names that are expected to be playing on the court. And don't worry if you didn't manage to pick up a ticket, because as confirmed by the Accor hotels, there are plans to host another NBA game in Paris in 2021.